Hello and welcome to my review of the SH Figuarts Suguru Geto Tokyo Jujutsu High School version. He's quite a fun little guy. A lot of people review him with Gojo. I don't have Teen Gojo. I've got the Figma Gojo. They work quite well. I'll talk about them later. Let's get into a review. So here is the box for the figure. I think it's quite a good box. It's not doing too much. It's just got a picture of the figure, got some yellow paint strokes in the background, got your Machinations quality sticker on there, got Bandai Machinations Jujutsu Kaisen. There's some photos of the figure, different faces, a couple of poses, a bunch of stickers. Side of the box says his name, what he is. There's the top, same again. And bottom's quite a shocked little face. So, simple box. I quite like that it's got the clear packaging so you can see into the figure. Let's just get into the actual figure then. So, aesthetics and design. I think design wise, he's pretty good. Very well designed. It follows the design of the show. I think there's a couple small gripes I have. Although not really with design, more so with displayability and articulation. As I believe you should have other accessories which were not included, and the articulation could be a bit better. But I think he looks really good. The faces look great, very accurate to anime. I've not actually read the manga in quite a long time, especially this scene. So I can't really talk about how accurate it is. I'd say fairly accurate. I mean, it's not like the manga and the anime were too different in how they looked. But yeah, pretty good. So let's just get into articulation. Head moves up all the way. Looks down. Pretty good. Really decent side to side. Really decent. That's quite a lot. Arms move up that much. They can come out here, so that joint can move forward quite a bit. So if you wanted to, you could have the arms, they can cross over if you push them, but they'll sit resting that way. There's no bicep swivel, but you can turn it there. Double hinged elbows, and double jointed elbows. Really good. You can get it all the way. Almost all the way, tiny gap. The wrist double hinge, so pretty standard for SH Figuarts. The upper torso can go back quite a lot, and if you can bend the bottom, it can go back all the way like that. Going forward though, only that much, and then with the bottom, without the legs, it can go that much, which I found quite disappointing, especially with the poses. Or not poses, the walking cycle that he does with Gojo, where he's got his hand in his pocket, he's like hunched over. You can't really do that with him. You need to like try and recreate it like that, but it just doesn't work. So that's a small issue I have personally. The legs can kick up a bit past 90. You can't really kick back because the hard plastic there, and doesn't really allow space for that. You can kick out to the side quite a bit, so altogether you can get about that much of a split. If you do try and go too much, or a bit more, it will come out. There's a thigh cut, so it can spin all the way around, which is really good. The knees, double jointed, can bend that much. I quite like the knees, I think they're pretty good. I know that the Toji has different knees. Some people prefer the knees like this, some people prefer the other knees. I'm not too bothered, I think they're both pretty good. Although, one thing I told you improves on, for sure, is he has a little bit of extra articulation in there, so you can move the ankle about, which you can't really do here. You can spin the joint though, and hinge it. Sounds like neighbours using power tools. Toe hinge, of course. So yeah, I'd say the articulation is pretty good. Only really issue I have is ab crunch. It's not really there, which seems to be an issue with the SH Figuarts Jujutsu Kaisen line, which I hope they can improve on in the future. Although to be honest, with the recent reveals at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm not really seeing them improving on it that much. Hopefully future reveals will improve on it, but so far it's not looking too bright as far as Abcrunch goes. Anyway, let's get into the accessories. So he comes with a couple of fists, a couple of karate chop hands, a couple of splayed out hands, a couple of mismatched hands. So we have a slightly more relaxed action hand and then one of the fingers curled in. So I'm guessing that would be for the pose. Just kind of hitting that. That kind of thing. Or if you wanted, it could be him checking out his nails. He comes with a phone holding hand with the phone connected. There is no way to remove the phone unless you want to break the piece. And there's no separate phone piece. But it's quite nice. It does not slide, unfortunately. I thought it would be quite nice, but yeah, still quite cool accessory. And he comes with the iconic hands in the pockets. So these pieces I find are they look really good until you move the arms about and they come off and then it just looks a bit strange. I found that when you put it on just like that, just moving the arms, they sit out a little bit and it doesn't look too good. So I found that if you move torso back a bit, then put it more into place, or where you want it to be, then you hunch them forward, that usually gets them into place a bit better. Of course, Geto usually hunches forward anyway a bit, so I find that works quite nicely for getting it in the right place. Let's go on to his faces. So, when you open up the package, you get this smiling face, his unhappy face, his shocked face. He comes with a laughing face, and another laughing face. As far as his accessories go, I'm quite happy, but I do wish they'd given us a piece to showcase a curse from to eat. But I found that if you get one of the action hands, a tiny bit of blue tack and a jewellery bead, you can make pretty convincing curses from to consume. I got this from Hobbycraft. You can get the tubs, you can get pre-made tubs and other things. I find that getting them yourself is quite good actually, because you can get them, if you wanted for Gojo, you can get like a blue one, you can get a red one, you can get purple ones. So you can get, there's red, purple, blue. It's quite good for getting the energy effects. You can get pink for Utah if you wanted. There's a little tip for you, but it would be nice if it came with that on its own without having to make your own. So, the quality of the figure. I think the quality of the figure is really, really good. The knees, they're not budging, but you can bend them, of course. They're just going to hold them really, really well. So you could probably have them doing silly little poses like this, and I'm sure if you balance him right, he'll stay. Oh, there you go. So the joints are pretty good, very nice and stiff. The joint here though for my copy, tiny bit loose. So careful of that. I found there's a little nick up here in my copy. I don't know exactly what would have caused that. Yes, I'm moving around in here, it could be rubbing off something, so be careful of that. And the head, sometimes when you're swapping out faces, the back piece will pop off. So if you do that, sometimes the back piece will come off. But most of the time, it's been okay. The wrists, I think, are great. Sometimes I'm afraid with SH Figuarts figures that I'm going to snap the wrist by moving and swapping the hands. Not a worry for this guy, it's great. I can move the hands quite happily. They're not like a super duper duper hard plastic, so I can kind of bend them, which means they go in and out of the joints a lot easier. So I think that's wonderful. And his toe joints are, this one's a tiny bit looser than this one, but not too bad. You don't have to worry about him taking a dive because his toes won't hold him. Let's go on to some size comparisons. Here he is next to Figma Satoru Gojo, the SH Figuarts Toji, the newer SH Figuarts Yuji Itadori, Here is next to the Figma Nobara. Here is next to Megumi Fushiguro. Here is next to the original SH Figuarts Yuji, or as I have him, Sukuna. Here is next to the SH Figuarts Frieza. So yeah, overall, really good figure. I'm very happy with them. I would recommend getting them. I've seen that they're reissuing them, so if you're interested, I would say pick them up, put in that pre-order, because, you know, scalpers can be better to pre-order than to wait and be too late. I'm currently waiting on my pre-order of the Yuta figure to come. I will do a review on him whenever I get him. I've also got the SH Figuarts Griffith coming soon, so I'm waiting on him arriving before the review on any other Berserk figures as well. But I'll review some other JJK figures that I've got in the meantime. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed.